Over the past few days, I've been highlighting wherever I can the movement we're seeing in the price of gold, and I want to expand it here today into the gold miners as well, which is basically just a more volatile and maybe more leveraged way of playing gold. But let's just quickly, for perspective, take it back to the absolute chart of gold, or the GLD ETF here itself. We have a huge basing period here, and as far as we're concerned, it's really not out of the question that once this move is real, and I think now this one is about as real as we can get, we start to see a meaningful move. And if you just take some very basic structural, or I guess in this case it's more technical type of math, we could see the GLD go to about 237, 240, which from here and right now is about 20% higher. And from there, that just depends then on the macro situation. But that's the GLD. I think what's also interesting here is what we're seeing in relative terms on the GDX, the gold miners. And if I just quickly turn this into a candle chart, what you can see more specifically here is the past couple of days have seen a pretty notable move higher. Now, again, this is directly as a result of the move in gold, but the fact that this is coming on two strong up gaps, we had pretty oversold momentum. If you think about this, what this means from a broader money flow perspective, maybe some of this is correlated to the move in Bitcoin. Maybe some is a result of diversification a little bit through away from the dollar. Again, these are all possible explanations. The point here is it's pretty real, and I do think the gold miners here, if gold holds up here, shouldn't have a very difficult time to get up into the low 30s. Where this really gets interesting is if we take the GDX and we divide it by gold. And here, what you can see is essentially an inflection point that we once again reached a couple days ago, which is constructive for gold in relative terms versus the gold miners. So gold miners are very volatile, so that's, I think, very, very important to understand. But if gold can keep up this move, then, from here, as I said, just to quickly reiterate, 10-15% higher is really not that big a deal. And that's one of those things that we look at all the time. It's called sector and group rotation. And this week we're going to do a deep dive with my friend Kate Stalter, how we can rotate from one group to another, whether it's into gold or Bitcoin or into other asset classes, with ETFs, with stocks, certainly with options, and even with futures. It's a really, really smart conversation we're going to have, looking at exactly how this works, which can not only improve returns, but also it can hedge a portfolio as well. So make sure you join us for that special conversation this week. You can, as always, sign up for that down below or on the next screen, and we'll see you there.